is Labor Day. This is our Labor Day show. We're also calling it our Dirtiest Jobs show because we're talking about potatoes.
And potatoes grow in the dirt.
You got it. And it takes a lot of work, as we saw, to get potatoes out of the ground.
So why don't we make something that's dirty, but delicious and doesn't take a lot of work?
You got to come up with that.
All right, we'll do some Mexican dirty bird.
Ooh, okay.
Well, first we need a bird.
Okay.
So I have some chicken breasts here. So I'm going to dump these here into this pan. Because our sauce is so flavorful, we're not going to salt and pepper this chicken, but what we are going to do is we're going to brush it with some vegetable oil or canola oil. Now we're going to talk about making the sauce.
All right.
Are you familiar with mole?
Yes, of course.
We're going to do an a la minute, which means cooked to order mole sauce. Start with a hot pan.
All right.
And some garlic. And some minced white onions.
And notice everything that Chef has cooked today has garlic in it, my favorite.
Everybody's favorite.
Yes, exactly.
And we'll let those sweat out a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little salt to that.
All right.
My next step will be to hit this with a little chicken broth. Go ahead, pour it right in. Now this is the heart of the recipe. Okay. This is our pepper puree.
So we're gonna have a little heat here.
We're gonna have a lot of heat here.
Good. Well, I don't know if there's enough heat for me. You know how I like it nice and spicy.
It's that dirty, delicious heat. We're gonna season that with a little bit of toasted ground cumin. You see that there?
Oh,
go ahead.
See it and smell it.
Go ahead and throw that in.
Okay. What is this? I'm dying to know.
Well, let's start with the Mexican oregano first. And then
I smelt it. I know exactly what it is, but I'm not telling.
So it's a common ingredient in dark mole sauces, and that's Mexican chocolate. And then we're going to lower our fire, and if we could throw that butter in, okay, that'll be the finishing component.
The smells are fantastic. How are we doing on the chicken? You want me to check them?
Doing good. Go ahead, turn it.
You like it? Okay. Yeah. Next one?
Yep.
Give me a shot.
Turn it.
Okay, got it.
I'm going to take our wonderful sauce, and I'm going to baste the chicken, the cooked side of the chicken with the sauce.
Aha! I had no idea.
We're going to serve this with Mexican street corn called elotes. Now, Mexican street corn is usually cooked on the cob, on the grill, and charred.
Okay.
I like to cook it with the husk pulled back.
Ah, yes.
And then the silk. We obviously have to take the silk off.
So you have the silks, right? So
yes.
For every silk, there is a kernel.
And how many cobs of corn per stalk?
I think there's 3.
1, 2 if you're lucky.
Really?
Yes.
And how many rows of corn on each corn on the cob?
You tell me.
16.
Okay.
All right. All right. Just a little corny facts for you.
All right, we're going to get this charred up, so we'll put these on the grill.
Now, just so that folks know, we are at the CIA. There's a lot going on. People coming and going for classes and whatnot. Lots of activity.
They are out there.
Yeah, they are.
All right, so let's talk about how we're going to serve this.
So what are you going to put with this?
I thought we'd use some, since we're having corn and chicken, small corn, but corn in the style of tortilla chips.
Well, you know what goes best.
These are Tostitos artisan recipe tortilla chips.
All right.
Since we have a lot of chipotle going on, I chose not to use the fire roasted chipotle and go with the roasted garlic and black beans.
I'm not going to let you off that easy, Mr. Kalil, Chef Kalil. What's in the chip?
So the roasted garlic and black beans are actually baked into the chip. Yeah. They're actually folded into the masa before the chip is made. And they're going to be perfect with this dish.
Okay.
Next I want to put on the corn. So let's get a little piece of butcher paper here. In Mexico, if you get grilled street corn on the cob, they get a layer of spray margarine, a layer of mayonnaise.
Okay, this is freaking me out a little bit, but I bet it's delicious.
Oh, it's awesome.
And cheese. This is a meal, my God.
Now you can use Parmesan cheese if you can't find cotija cheese, which is a hard, crumbly Mexican cheese.
Yes. Never had. I don't think I've ever had one of these. Never had one.
Dirty and delicious. Mexican street corn, also known as elotes. You know what's wonderful about this is they don't stop there. It gets served with a beautiful wedge of lime.
And you squeeze on top when you're ready to eat it, okay?
Yeah, and I have this wonderful sort of pico de gallo inspired relish that we made with minced onions, garlic, and our heirloom baby tomatoes.
Oh, nice.
And we're gonna put that just over the chips.
We're not done. We still have our chicken that you pulled off a little earlier. That's beautiful.
We'll just put that right here.
What are you gonna put on it now?
I'm gonna put some crumbled queso fresco cheese over the chicken, some fresh cilantro.
You know, if you ever need a great recipe, you know where to go. bringithome.com. They're all there. We love all your ideas.
Thank you.
They're so fun and easy to do. You're on every year. You got to keep coming on because we love having you.
Anytime you just call me, I'll be here.
I love them. All right, you guys, we talked about pairing chips. How about pairing a little bit of the wine with these recipes? Take a look.